Hi friends, welcome back to another video with me. My name is Cotton Candy Da. If you're new here, then welcome all. This is a shifting video. The only real noise you're going to hear in the background is probably the fan that's going right now. So I wanted to talk to you guys about some things that have been happening in my life. And if you guys probably already read the thumbnail, you probably already kind of got a hint of what's going on. This video is very cringy. It's going to be a very disturbing video. It's also going to be a little bit long. I'm going to try to shorten my video though. I'm going to try to make it not too long but I do need to explain everything that's been happening. I want to talk to you guys about some things that have to do with, what do you want to call it? Like supernatural or spiritual things. And some of you guys don't really believe in certain things, and I'm going to explain from my point of view based on what I've been through and the things I've experienced dealing with tools and things to help me like understand my life. And I'm trying to like secretly tell you guys, like secretly code it so you guys know, because it is YouTube. I think I've expressed in the past how uncomfortable I am talking on YouTube about some of the things I do, and just because it's really taboo. A lot of things in the Christian community is kind of looked at as evil or bad if it doesn't have to do with the Bible. But the problem is with Christianity is they don't really accept anything. Like anything they don't understand is considered bad, or everything is a spirit. And it's like, it's really hard when you're experiencing things and you can't ask them about it without being shut down before you get a chance to like really talk to anyone. And that's already happened to me a few times, so I kind of just left it alone. And I figured, the online community is a little bit better to talk to, because if I talk to some people, if I meet some people who've experienced some things I have, and they use things that they think work for their life, or and it has nothing to do with being satisfied. It just has to do with finding the answer. Sometimes it's just yes or no, and I do that. So I'm going to tell you guys about my shifting recently and why I have a huge issue, and what I'm going to do about it, and how I'm trying to fix it, how I'm trying to fix it myself. Because naturally, the way things work is there is like a cycle. There's a cycle of things you go through. For example, there's a cleansing process you go through. They said you get upset, you go through, the phases. You release these things, these bad negative feelings, right? And when you cry, you purify, and basically you're made new again into whatever, you guys have heard that before. If you have heard it before. And then afterwards, you notice everything becomes better, everything's, because you let that negative thing go, because what you were feeling in here, all these things came out, and now that they're out, now you can begin to take in, you get to absorb in the positive and good things, and now you can manifest all the good things that's going to happen in your life. And it's so much. It's so much. It's too much. So I'm going to go back to my shift before I jump into it. I'll jump into it at the end of my video, and I'll kind of explain a little bit more about reading, because some of you might not know how to read. Some of you might know how to read. And I say read, I'm referring to cards. And I'll save it for the end of the video in case some people don't want to actually hear about that. For those of you who just want to hear about the shifting and the things I've been dealing with in that reality. And so I'm going to tell you about that right now. Like I said, it's going to be very cringy, guys. It's going to be very almost kind of it's embarrassing and kind of sick. But I'm going to tell you guys about my experience. And I would really love to hear your opinions, whether they be good or bad or negative. If you disagree with me, 100%, you're allowed to have an opinion. I'm not against it. You can also share your experiences with me. We can kind of share with each other, and I can go from there. I'm not sitting here saying, I'm going to teach you how to go through a mirror or anything like that. I do have some videos on shifting, the method I use, which is like, for me, is pillow. I call it pillow face, because it's you facing the pillow and your words on there. So anyway, I'm going to get into shifting. So I did shift to My Hero Academia, and I haven't shifted there in like, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a good month. I had a lot of things going on, and before leaving, I gave a note to Toshinori telling him everything I wanted to do when I got back. And it was a very dirty letter. It was just saying, like, when you get back, I'm going to take a bath with you. We're going to wash each other's bodies. Basically, at first it was like that, and then it got really, like, dirty toward the end. I usually give a lot of details, but I realized there have been a lot of younger people, I guess, watching my videos because it says shifting. So I'm trying not to like really add a lot of bad detail in there. I will tell you guys some detail though. I'm not gonna leave like a lot out. I'm just gonna like dumb it down a little, like water it down just a little bit, but it's still pretty cringy. So I told Toshinori that when I got back, we would bathe together and we would have the whole day together, and I told him we'd be up all night if he like, um, and I said, you want to eat all that you want and never get fat, that sort of thing. And, I'm like, well, you love cotton candy, don't you? Don't you love how it tastes? And basically, the the letter was really just to tease him and make him look forward to me coming back. And he's like, where the heck are you going? And I'm like, I'm just not going to come here. I told him I'm not coming here. I just have a lot to deal with right now. And he's like, what does this have to do with our world or your world? And I said, it's both. It's both worlds, okay? Because I'm trying to live in two worlds, and I can't really live in two worlds. I can't. I have to spend all of my time here. I can't really leave here to go there and just be with them, because who knows what'll happen here. I mean, I'm gonna explain, like, you might shift and not come back until, for me, because I've been doing it for so long, I have the ability that I get captured, guys. I've been being captured by, like, and it's not even My Hero. It's, like, other places I don't recognize. They don't feel like good places. It's very dark. Most of the time I'm running from whatever is there. And most of the time my body just knows to run. You just know to run, so you run. My recent one really disappointed me. So after writing this letter to Toshinori, telling him all the stuff I was going to do to him, he said he wanted me to cook breakfast for him when I did come back. But he wanted me to be completely naked because he wanted dessert. He pointed to the counter, and he's like, I don't care what's on the counter. I'm just going to knock all of it off the counter. And I'm like, but if you break something, and he's coming closer to me, so like making out and everything, and he started to put his hand like under my dress. Yeah, I was wearing a dress because I figured, why not? It's the easiest thing to put on before I go. And most of the time it's not this, guys. I usually find a dress in my house. I have several ones. I have a blue one. I have one that looks like a princess dress. It's kind of like, it's purple. It's got puffy sleeves. I have another puffy sleeve one. It's very pastel colored. It's like a pastel colored doll dress with puff sleeves and fluffy bottom, but it's kind of short. It goes like above the knees. And most of the time I'll wear like garments under it, but they're very thin. It's not really anything, because most of the time when you go there, it's pretty breezy. It's pretty breezy. It's pretty cool. It's not usually ever cold. You're never cold when you're there. Any of these places you shift to, you're not going to be cold. I don't know why. Tell me if you ever shifted anywhere and been cold. I've never experienced that type of emotion before when I was there. I mean, those type of feelings like being cold or needing a jacket or anything like that, because the temperature is almost like perfect. It's like the perfect temperature for you. So anyway, shifted. So he was putting his hand under my dress. He had me against the wall, but then Toshinori will like back off. He doesn't pin me to the wall and try to like make there be like a wall between, which is important. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. He likes giving my space, which is that's why me and him have the best. That's why the best time when I'm with him. Not saying I haven't enjoyed like anything with anyone else. Just that's what I like. He knows I like my freedom. He knows I like my space. Even when we're being intimate with each other, he'll close the space, but he'll leave and he'll come back. And I got something to look forward to. I can look forward to him coming back. We're making out, and he backs up or whatever. And he's like just like fondling me, like rubbing his arms out there. If he's running his fingers across my nipples and things, he'll move away and he'll like admire, but then he'll come back. He'll come back with a kiss, or he'll come back and like his mouth on it or something. So it's like it's really it's teasing me. It's very like it's very sensual. I love it. And so we were starting to get to that point, but then I realized I'm like, I really can't stay Toshinari because Toshinari looked like he was trying to like make me stay there with him, and I couldn't. I had to leave. I just need to deal with some things. And even though I was with him, my mind was not there with him. I was literally elsewhere. Anyway, I took the time to leave. On the day I decided to come back, I said, okay, I'm going to go back to my hero to see Toshinori. And I had already decided this earlier. I need to see him. We're going to have a wonderful night together. I thought about our bath, all that. And, and I said, but what am I going to do? Because mid-shift, I know at some point I'm going to probably pass out right into my sleep after. So once I shift back, I'm able to go right to bed. Because this is how it works. You come back and you're exhausted anyway. Once you lay back and you go to sleep, you're in dreamland. And when I say dreamland, I don't mean you shifted. I mean, this is your actual sleep, like the rest you need for this world, okay? What you need while you're here in order to wake up and feel like you actually refreshed or whatever. So you guys can imagine my shifting time is really early, right? I'm talking early. Like, I don't shift late because I don't want to wake up at I don't want to come out of my shift at freaking 1 o'clock in the morning and then call myself trying to go to sleep or something. That doesn't work. It's never worked for me trying to sit there and, I've used other methods to try to shift. They never work. The only thing that works is I call it pillow face, but I know other people call it the pillow method. I call mine pillow face because it's not like theirs. It's very different. And so I got my word and I decided to go ahead and just write it down. And, this is basically my backup in case I can't, because I knew it had been a whole month since I left. And I'm just like, okay. So I decided, guys, I'm going to do something different this time, Instead of traveling straight to my hero, I'm going to try and see if I can find Boo. I haven't talked to him in a really long time. I haven't heard from him. And, my cousin is okay. Even though he's not my real cousin, he's technically my cousin. So when I shift, the thing about shifting for me is because I'm not just a shifter. I'm kind of, if you want to say special. Yeah, not that kind of special, like special, like kind of psychic and can look and can see things and can, and the first thing I wanted to see was Boo. I wanted to see him first because Boo needs to know someone does care about him and someone is trying to look out for him. I don't really know how Midnight feels about him anymore because her eyes were set on my son and Frodo Yagi, and I'm just like, okay. And, you guys know Frodo Yagi is the adult, right? And, Frodo is just, that's the baby, okay? And they still have it. They're still researching. They're still trying to find ways to make him so that he grows. They're still trying to experiment on Frodo Yagi to see. And I gave him the okay to do so. But I also talked to him and I told him, this is your younger self. And it's really up to you what you decide to do. You have a choice of what you want to do with your body. And he says, he said he wants to help himself. I don't know, something about a tear in fabric or a tear in time. If the two, honestly, I thought of you and yourself, me, but I guess it's very different. I don't know. The fabric of time could be ruined somewhere else, but just not in my hero. Oh, okay. So, looking, trying to see. My eyes are closed and everything. Even if you open your eyes, guys, even if you see something you don't want to see, you open your eyes, you can't unsee it. It's still there. It's literally the vision, whatever it is that you're picturing, whatever it is that you're seeing will still be there. And I realized this long time ago when I first discovered that I had an ability. It's kind of hard to take because you don't really know what to do or what to see. There's no one you can talk to about it unless you have other like psychics or special people with special abilities near you. There's no way that you can, they can't relate to you. They can't. Unless you experience it too, they can't really relate. So anyway, looking, seeing, trying to see. And out of nowhere, I get Like, I feel like I got hit in the head. I'm not gonna lie. Like, something, like, kind of like, nothing really hit me, but it hit, like, it felt like it hit the inside. And I felt like a pounding here on my head. And then I was doing this, like, I was touching my face. And literally, I opened my eyes. And when I opened my eyes, my hands could only go here. I could only do this, move my hands to here because they were freaking, I had handcuffs on. So I had handcuffs on, and immediately I thought, well, I mean, Madara's bad. Madara is trying to ravage me, obviously. He wants me for himself. He's probably angry. I've been gone a whole month or whatever, so I mean, I'm just going to take it. Whatever Madara decides to do to me, I'm just going to take it because I don't want him to. And of course, I'm not going to really enjoy it. You know, I'll just look away and, you know, how I normally am. Kind of resistant, but not really resisting him in a way. That way he's satisfied enough not to kill my whole family, to murk everybody and just destroy my universe and basically make me forget about. He said he would make me forget about that universe, but then he would continually haunt me. So he would haunt me, shift me there, have his way with me, erase my memory, and just keep doing. He said it. He told me this is what I will do because I am capable of doing this to you. Because I know you can do. Because I know that you can see me. I know that you know that I'm here. I know he knows all these things. And then I kept thinking, well, how did this come to be? How is it that Madara knows so much about me? Why are things this way? Why do I have to struggle and live in fear of him destroying? I don't live in fear here, like he's gonna do something here. I'm thinking about there because he knows all of them and he's spoken to them, he's close to them. But over time, you build a relationship with them, right? Don't you feel something for them? Have they become your friends yet? Like, that's what I'm hoping, like, they will all become friends, and eventually he will say, I've decided not to kill them. But every so often, I end up, you know, I wake up like this, tied up or somewhere, and his bed, chained to his, you know, not chained to his bed, handcuffed or tied, but he's never really handcuffed me. He's always, like, shown up and he's been like, and tell me what he's gonna do, and he's not gonna let me leave. And I've tried to leave before. I've even tried to ground myself. You guys know how to ground yourself. I tried to do that. That did not work. He literally broke through it. Don't know how. Alright, so long story short, I'm sitting there. So then I start, you know, pulling against it. And I look down and I notice like the blankets around me are like cream colored. I'm on top of this bed. It's got behind me, there's like a bunch of pillows, all silk pillows. And I'm just like, okay, well, like Madara really outdid it this time. We're in this huge bed like this, and I'm like, wow. So he was, you know, I'm just thinking like, what's he gonna do now? Like, this is different. I'm like, this is so different than what I'm used to, like from him. And so I'm just sitting there and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. It feels like I'm waiting a really, really long time, and I'm just like, Madara, come on, like get on with it. I can't freaking leave. And then I thought, you know, I'm gonna use my escape. I'm gonna use my pillow face word. And immediately I get ready to, like, I close my eyes and I get ready to like to pull it up, because what you want to do is you want to picture it in your head. You want to imagine it. If it's like a fruit or a smell or something, you want to imagine the smell of it, and then you want to picture the word, and then you want to say it. And what it does is it'll bring you back to this reality, because that smell, that whatever it was, that taste, whatever it is, you guys know mine is like pineapple, right? So I started picturing pineapple, and then I hear like pineapple. That's nice. And I'm like, Madara, you sound funny. You sound different than how you normally sound. Like your voice is a little raspy, like really, really, really deep. Like crazy deep. Like I've never heard that kind of deep before. You almost sound like a demon, you know. And it kind of, and I heard a step come toward me. It was like a hard footstep, like a boom, like that. Like it was like a. Imagine being handcuffed to the bed, okay, in a freaking dress that you have, like your garments are so freaking thin, right? And the anticipation is killing you because you know it's Madara. But then you hear his voice sounds deeper. But then you're like, his voice is almost unrecognizable. It sounds like a demon. It's like pineapple. When the way he's pineapple, kind of like that. And when he walks, he freaking stomps as he gets close to your bed. And the realization of it hit me so freaking hard, guys. I was literally started shaking and trembling. And I'm like, and it wasn't Madara. I'm like, this is not Madara. It's not freaking Madara. It's some kind of demon or something. Like, there's something, did one of those things catch me when I remember when I was running that time? I told you guys I was trying to get away. No. I opened my eyes to see Eren Yeager standing there, tall, no shirt, just like a pair of pants on. And his hair was like tied back in a ponytail. And it was crazy because the ponytail was not a regular ponytail. He almost reminded me of like a warrior or something. It was like up and back, but then it was like down. So you could see the hair hanging in the back, but there was no hair on the side of his face. He had hair in the front, like right here. It was just like, it was weird because it was like strands on his head. And I'm like, why does he sound so like demonic to me? Why does he sound so bad? So then he's like, Kain Candida, I brought you here to become mine. And I literally roll my eyes. I'm just like, come on. I'm like, you're like 12. I'm like, you used to be, I'm like, I knew you when you were little. Because, you know, I watched like Attack on Titan from the time he was little to the time he grew up. So I can't be with someone like that when I saw him as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, that's, to me, that's just very, very pedophile-y to me. Like, I can't. He's like, say that you accept me. I'm like, I was like, you can't do this. He's like, I can do whatever I want. I'm like, you used to be little. He goes, now I'm big. You want to see? And I'm like, no. I'm like, Eren, I'm old enough to be your grandmother. This is like elder abuse. I'm trying to convince him that I'm an elderly woman, like, and I'm like super old, and he doesn't want to be with somebody super old. Like, he doesn't want, I'm like, you don't want your virginity taken by someone old. He goes, I'm not a virgin. Okay. All right, you're not a virgin. Well, who the heck did you? I was like, never mind. I'm like, Madara won't like this. He's like, Madara can't change this. And then I'm sitting there, I'm literally like pulling, I'm trying to pull the handcuffs, like I'm yanking and pulling them. Because I'm like, maybe I can pull them hard enough, maybe I have a hidden power that I can, like, you start thinking of crazy stuff. When you get in this situation, you start thinking about crazy shit you want to do, okay? You start thinking about crazy stuff. So then, Eren climbs onto the bed. He's like at my feet. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, you still wear stockings in this day and age? For what? I'm like, they're with the dress. And I don't want him to remove them because I'm wearing like these little thin like thongs or whatever. Because Toshinori was going to take them off with his mouth. And so he reaches up and he's like rubbing on my leg. Like, he's like, you're so smooth. I'm like, it's the stockings. Literally, like, it's the freaking stockings. That's why my legs are so smooth. So he pulls them off. And I'm like, what are you doing? He slowly moves it to his face. Like, the crotch part. And, like, smells. He's like, and the way he snips it is like, he snips it like he's trying to smell like if there's a palm or something, like, is there, like, it's weird. Because the whole thing is weird. It's really weird. And I'm just like, I'm an elderly woman. He's like, you're not elderly. I'm like, if you were 12, he goes, I'm not 12. I'm like, okay, well, hey, because he started like, he removed them. Okay, so he like smelled on them and everything. Like, it was like a deep inhale. It was weird. And I'm just like, no. And then he lifts his head and he looks at me. He's like, he starts grinning. I'm like, what? He's like, I love cotton candy. I'm like, why is this happening to me? Why? Why with you? What did I do to make you want me? Nothing. He was barely even there. My last encounter with him was not anything crazy. It really wasn't, you guys. And you remember from my last video. I hear like coughing. Let me pause the video one more time. Sorry, guys. So then, so he's like, so I'm like, great. And so at this point, I'm starting to get a little angry because I'm like, so I start pulling and yanking against it. And I'm like, let me out. I'm like, you have to let me go. You have to let me go. And I'm like, yanking against the handcuffs. And he's like, stop that. He's like, I'll force you to stop. And I keep doing this, and he's like, if I break your fingers, you won't be able to pull against those. So I was just like, and I'm like, can I was like, can I just explain something to you? Like, I said, you're not gonna get anything out of this. I said, I'm grandmother. I'm like Sonny. I'm trying to sound like an old lady as much as I can. I'm like, Sonny, this isn't right. This is elder abuse. You can't harm an elder. That's like harming a child. What kind of sick person are you? Like, I'm like, are you a sick person? That's very sick. This is very sick what you're doing. And then I hear interrupting. Hi, cousin. And I look up and Boo is there. I'm like, Boo. I'm like, Boo, let me go. I'm like, Boo, let me go. I'm like, he goes, okay. And Aaron is like, I swallowed the key. And Boo goes, I don't need key. And he takes his fingers and he puts it on the handcuffs and he literally like bends his finger and it freaking breaks. Both of them break in half. So I get up very quickly and I'm like, Boo. He goes, hi, cousin. He goes, that's my cousin. I'm like, yes, I'm your cousin. I was like, I was looking for you everywhere, Boo. Where have you been? And he's just like, so then Aaron goes over to the handcuffs. He's like looking at them and he's like, they're freaking broke. He's like, man, did you have to break these? He goes, my cousin asked me to let her go. So yes, I let her out. He goes, why not? Why did you let her out? He's like, because she asked me to let her out. I said, he was trying to hold me here against my will. Boo. And then Boo is like, oh no, Aaron never do that. Me and Aaron friends. I'm like, oh, you're his friend? He's like, yeah, I'm his friend. Oh. And then Aaron goes, Boo, can you do me a favor? He goes, yeah. He's like, can you fix these? Can you put her back in them? He said, okay. I said, no, Boo, I don't want to. I said, Boo, we were playing a game. I'm his grandmother. He's like, you're not my grandmother. I'm like, listen, Sonny. He's like, I'm not your son. I'm like, he says, what kind of sick person are you? Calling me your son. Like, so then I'm like, what the? And then Boo is like, do you want to have tea? I'm like, no. I'm like, I really don't. I'm like, I gotta go. I have to go. At this point, my whole tuitionary thing is like ruined. And then like, I walked over to Aaron, and he was holding my he's holding my stockings. He's holding my stockings in his hand. And I was like, this, like, can I have them back? And he said no. And then I reached for them and he did this. He wouldn't give them back to me. So that's one garment I'm never going to get back, I guess, because he has it. And Boo was like, cousin, stay. I'm like, no, I got to go. He goes, why do you have to go? Do you want me to freeze time? I'm like, yes, Boo. I would like for you to freeze time for me, please. I would love for you to freeze time. He says, then you stay with me? I said, no, I have things that I need to get done. So it would really be helpful if you did. And he's like, and Aaron's like, don't do it. And he goes, I miss my cousin. And he does like this, like, Boo, like, waves at him. But then, like, when he waves at him, we both of us are like transported to like this place, and it's a really really nice place. Like it's just like nothing but green grass, green trees, everything. And so I'm walking with him on a paved. It's like a paved sidewalk, and in the middle of it there's a sidewalk, but there's grass on the sides of us. But then there's like a fence coming up, and I'm like, "Boo, what is this place?" He's like, "It's my special place. Only us come here." I'm like, "Okay." So I sat down and I said, "I've been really worried about you, Boo. I haven't seen you." He said, "I've been finding myself." And I've been finding myself. And he was so cute when he said that. I was just like, "You're so cute, Boo." He goes, "Cousin, I miss you. Stay and have tea." I'm like, "I really don't have time." He goes, "I freeze time." So Boo managed to freeze time. We sat there and we had tea. And Boo is very, like, we had so many different types of tea. Like, it was strawberry, it was blueberry. He kept offering them to me. And it got to the point where I started drinking it. And you know how when you have too much, it starts coming up your throat because you have too much. Like, it almost kind of like, should have vomited a little bit. It was kind of like that. Like, I had too much. And it even affected me later. Like, I was so sick when I went to work. Oh, I couldn't drink anything else anyway. So I left there and I just said, "Boo," I said, "keep in touch with me, okay?" He goes, "Okay." I'm like, "Are you sure you want to be friends with Aaron?" He goes, "Yeah, Aaron, my friend. Aaron, listen to me. Aaron, give me advice." I said, "Okay. Yeah, keep being friends with him then. If he's doing things with Boo, cool. Yeah, if he's being nice to Boo, if he's being genuinely nice to him, and Boo can tell." So it's like, if that's the case, then yes, take your time. Let him he can actually be your friend, regardless of what he's trying to do with me, because it's not going to work anyway. I mean, Boo will always probably rescue me, hopefully. It's a way. But I could not get out of those cuffs. Usually I have a way out. Like, I always have a way out. I usually have, like, a pen. Like, when Toshinori and me are playing that way, usually we have something. I usually have something I can get out with. It was nothing. I didn't have, like, a bobby pin. I didn't have nothing with me. And I feel like he did that when he transferred me there. Like, he made sure, like, I was empty-handed with nothing. So I was like, I have to arm myself. I have to do something. But then I also wanted answers. Like, I wanted to know why this happened. And this is discussion we're going to get into next. Okay. And I don't know how many of you guys, so many of you guys probably don't want to hear me say this, but I can read. And I don't mean like ABCs, this, like these. And the thing is, like, so I'm going to explain like this. I asked for answers because I'm just like, I don't understand it. Like, Aaron, I'm not remotely attracted to him, not even a little bit. But I did say one time that he was very handsome. When he got older, I was like, yeah, he's a very handsome guy. I don't know how that sprung into I want you. Like, just because you look good, just because you're hot, doesn't mean I want you. Toshinori is my preference. And then another thing, Aaron said, what did he said, he whispered a fever dream. You guys know what a fever dream is? A fever dream is when you have a dream that's very, very, it's more than like a sexual dream. It's sensual too. And it feels really real. You wake up like with your heart racing and like hot, like it's like a hot fantasy. You wake up feeling like very aroused, very like, and for me, blushed. So he whispered like a fever dream to me, and I was just like, I couldn't believe, like, I was like, there's nobody who's worse than Keigo's obsession. He's worse than him, because he said he won't give me any space. Like, he said that the gaps will be closed. I know that Keigo does that, but Keigo has never had me up against the wall. Like, it was just like, I'm gonna keep you this way the whole time, like, because it's like a little prison. Like, it's like a little prison you can't get out of. It's only me there, and I'm not gonna let you get past me. Like, I'm not gonna let you, like, you get to be right here in this little space. And it's like, I don't want it tidy. Even Kango gets tired of that. Like he does not like the tiny, tiny being in tiny spaces for like a really long time. Even if it is, I mean, like you want to do it in the closet. You want to have room because it's cramped. It's uncomfortable. Part of that is why I disagree with. Oh God, this is like falling. Sorry guys, I look like a hobo in front of you, like a real hobo for real. So I was like, I need answers, and so I consulted with my cards, and when I picked it up, I didn't like the answer I got, and a lot of us think we can just pick up a new one. Well, if I pick a new one up, then it'll change the insight of what I saw. Because I don't like the answer, I'm gonna choose a different, a different route. If they told me, so here's the thing. This is why a lot of people don't really believe in the card thing. Oh, sorry guys, my phone. Yeah, let's silence that, okay? Sorry about that. I thought I already silenced my phone before I started. I'm not ready to quit talking to you guys about what happened yet, so I might have to call them back or whatever. It's definitely my bestie calling though. So anyway, yeah, so, but like I was saying before, I'm so sorry. I feel like I was really rude on this call because, I mean talking to you guys because I kept doing a lot of like pausing in between the video, but based off of my experience, if I pull a card and the card is telling me something I don't want to hear, I'll usually try and pull a different card, but I end up with the same card again and again and again. So it's not just once, it's several times. So people are going to believe what they want to hear. People are going to see what they want to hear and see. People are going to believe what they want. But I'm telling you from my experience, if you ask and you're not ready to hear the answer and you try and change it because you don't want to listen to it like me, because I want to try and, oh, that's not going to happen. I'm gonna do this differently, and I'm not gonna let this affect me, and this is not gonna be. This is gonna be like a really this whole future thing. I'm gonna change it, and no. If you're not ready to hear answers, if you don't really want to know, don't ask. Just don't ask, because for me, I've been very arrogant in that way. Like I'm just gonna pick something else. Oh, I drew the tower. Well, I'm just gonna draw a different card, and I reshuffle everything. I do a new circle, and I pick my card, and it's the same card. And then, I don't just pick it one time. I pick it several times, the same one, because I keep trying to put it back. I keep trying to change it. It's not gonna change. All I asked for an answer, and I got one. I didn't like the answer that I got, so I tried to change the answer, and it did not change. So then I'll say, okay, I've even gone past the part where I'm gonna say I'm not gonna draw another one because I don't like the answer they keep giving me, and I'm just not gonna believe them because it's not real, it's not true. So then I get out my pendulum. Get my pendulum out, and I ask. And I ask the same questions I asked at, the cards. And they gave me I get the answers too, and it's kind of in the same place as those. So it's like, okay, so the thing is, this is not something that I can really escape. I'm going to have a problem with Aaron. And the best way out is to prove to him that I'm old. Because believe it or not, guys, years ago when I first did my videos with you guys, I explained how old I was. I don't know if I actually told you guys my age, but I'm old. I don't look my age, but I am up there, okay? Like, when I say old, I mean, I should be retired right now, okay? I should be retired. And some kid is, like, trying to go after me, a cougar, trying to capture me in a damn cage. And I can't really avoid him. I am told, this is what I am told, that I am told that I have to face this problem head on. And if I refuse to face the problem, the problem will come and find me later. And I'll be in shambles. So there's a chance that I could be violated if I don't. And it didn't specifically tell me that, but based on, you guys know what wands are, right? You guys know the wand suits and all that. Yeah, in that realm. You guys know the swords, right? You know the swords too? Okay. And the person I think that will really be there to protect me from him is completely clueless to everything that's happening, and I cannot explain it to him in a way that's not going to hurt him because he's found his real, true first friend. This is a battle I have to do for myself. And I asked, I said, is there a way for me to, like overcome this? Is there a way? And the answer is no. And I have to deal with this before I go back to my hero because I will not be able to travel there. From now on, I will be traveling there. Not willingly, against my will, because I do not have the type of power to save myself from that place. Because there are these other places I'm being pulled to. It's kind of like, I'm gonna pull you out of this bad situation. Okay, I'm gonna put you in. I'm gonna save you from. You're in a bad home. I'm gonna save you from a home. I'm gonna put you into this home. In order to get to that home, you got to go through this hallway. This is the only hallway you can go through to get to that house over there, the one you want to go to. But in this hallway, there's things in there. There's stuff awaiting you. You have to fight it. You have to fight your way through, but you'll make it through. If you can make it through. And by the time you get there, you might be in shambles. And they're not, to me, it's worse than Madara. Like, I didn't even see Madara. Like, I didn't even get to see him. So who knows what he's saying. But boo. I don't know what to do about Boo. Really don't. She just doesn't understand at all. I'm pretty sure I can explain assault to him. Here's the thing. If I keep Boo around, I'll be okay. Right? But Boo's not going to be around forever. Like, he's not going to stay around Eren the whole time. Because he does live in My Hero. He does have a house there. He is friends with the characters in My Hero Academia. But Eren is not. Nobody even has heard of Eren or knows who he is. Madara, I don't think he knows either. Like, wait, there was that one time when he did run into it. There was that one time when yeah, he knows him, but like I said, I haven't seen Madara. I know Madara probably knows who he is, but he doesn't know who he is. He probably just thinks he's another suitor, somebody coming after me, but I don't know. Freaking Titan? Can you imagine? Can you imagine a Titan? I'm not gonna go there. Okay. I'm not gonna go there. You guys know where I was gonna go with this, right? A Titan? Yeah, giant. That's not what he meant by what he said he got big. He meant like, I got big. And I already knew what he was talking about. It had nothing to do with his actual human size. It had to do with something else. If you guys didn't catch on to that already. And no, I don't want to see. I have to prove to him that I am a grandmother. I could get like a gray wig. Like a grandmother wig and wear it. I told him, I said, I'm a grandmother. And I told him I'm a grandmother. You know what he said? Now I'll become a grandfather. I'll become a grandfather. He'll become a grandfather. Really? He'll become a grandfather for me? That's great. Wow, that's great. No, I don't want that. If Boo wasn't friends with him, I would just tell Boo to take him out. I would say, Boo, can you destroy your friend for me, Eren? He's not gonna want to do that. Like, they really vibe. They really connect with each other. They really have a connection. And I'm like, boo, do you like him? Like, don't you like him? I've tried asking Boo if he likes men or women or both. He said he liked women. He said he liked big jugs. He said I like big jug. I like big. He said you not big. I'm like, oh great, yeah, thank you. I'm flat chested, obviously, right? He told me that, you know, Boo told me that he liked big jugs, and he said, you know, you're flat chested. Okay, so he didn't tell me I was flat chested, but he said I'm not big, so that means obviously I'm flat, right? Yeah. So my mental and my physical are colliding with each other, and I'm trying to separate them. Uh, so that focus, I should have to focus on that sort of thing. Did you guys find this video cringy? Was it cringy enough for you? Because it was cringy for me, okay? He's gonna become a grandfather. You think I want to mess with an old grandfather or something? No, I don't want to mess with that. So, me and Toshinori never got to do it. We never got to do anything. And I'm really, really, like, regretting it because I would really, really want to see him. I love when he, like, takes me from the back and I can spread my arms out in front of me and I can yell and scream, and he doesn't, like, put his hand over my mouth like Kegel does and says I need to be quiet or else or anything like that. Like, Kegel does that. He's very, like, possessive. He doesn't want my voice too loud because he doesn't want people to know how I sound and all this stuff. Visionary doesn't care. He's like, if they hear you, then at least they know, like, this is what I'm capable of. Like, I can do this to you. Then, you know, his thing is that, and he was like, I don't want nobody else to hear what you sound like. You know, they're both. Aaron, I have no idea. I don't care. Yeah, he gives me like the forceful, rapey vibes. Like, I'm scared of him, and I want to tell Boo I'm scared and just cry. But then, like, I can't even be sincere because honestly, I just feel like his friendship will be ruined with this guy. I just gotta get him off of me. I have to find somebody for him. So I'm gonna try to manifest a person who I think he will like. Somebody else that's not me. Obviously, a grandmother that he'll like, that he'll try and, like, get with, because it's not gonna be me, because I can't be with him and be with Toshinori and be with, I can't be with like 50 people, bro. Like, I'm not about to become like the shifting slut, you know, like shift slut. Yeah, I actually really like this wig now. It's actually, like, okay. This is not that nice. Okay, so I have a pink wig. I don't like it, guys. I really don't. It's not me at all. So I'm probably gonna order another one. I want to go back to my pink hair because my name is Cotton Candy Doll, and I absolutely love pink hair. I love pink hair more than blue or any other color. Even teal, and teal is my favorite color. Like, as far as hair goes, I like pink hair. So I'm gonna go back to that look. My background is hideous. You guys can see, like, I have, like, look at these guys. See them? Now, some time ago, you guys knew I had a guide. Somebody who kind of looked like this one. Not anymore. And I use the word pineapple when I go into my shift because it has that taste to it. It's so, like, vibrant. It's fragrant. Just thinking of it, pineapple, whether it's sweet or sour, it kind of creates like a water in your mouth, and the smell of it has a nice smell. It almost reminds you of, like, a candy smell, and that is why I chose that. And I can picture the actual words themselves, so that's why I chose that word. And just thinking of it and saying it, and it's right there, and you're laying on it. That's enough to pull you back to your reality. That's enough to pull you out of your shift and back here. lately I've been just seeing things, just not trying to see, but seeing. Like I say, even with my eyes open, it has nothing to do with closing your eyes and trying to concentrate. Like sometimes you just, if you're gifted, you just end up focusing on something, not on purpose. It just catches you and it pulls you, and you can't do anything. Like defense against the pulling, whatever. I don't think that exists. I don't think that's a real thing. So I don't know. I had to share that with you guys. I had to share my time with Aaron, and at first I thought, I'm actually glad it wasn't like some kind of demon, but that's what he sounded like at first. I thought maybe it could be a disguise, but then I realized it really was Aaron. It looked and sounded like him, the older version of him. So I know a lot of guys would love for him to be in your bed, but Pushinari is the one that's alive, so I don't really want him there too. And if he tries to threaten me, I think I might just have Madara murk him. But Madara will be so pissed at me that this happened. Like, even though it's not my fault, he would get mad and say, like, it's your fault, you lured him, or you, like, tempted him. I didn't do anything. I didn't even manifest, like, he's just saying, like, oh, he's a handsome-looking guy. Like, that made that happen. So I can't say anybody's handsome. I can't speak. Because my words become something more powerful, I guess. So I gotta be careful what I say now. I have to watch what I say. And the thing is, like, nobody's really, a lot of people aren't really accepting of, like, using cars and stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna ask God that I use the cars. I know that's forbidden, kind of. I know that's, like, a very taboo, but I always get answers, like, the cars have never lied to me before. I've always been able to find out stuff, and if I didn't like the answer and I try to, like, put it back, I usually get the same answer every single time. So for me, that's true enough. To have it happen several times over and over again, that proves my truth. I don't know what your truth will be. It might be different for you, but just letting you know that's mine. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. We're at 52 minutes. Let me know if you guys have shifted, where you've gone. Have you been in any places that have, like, no bathrooms? Like, have you been to any big malls with elevators that, like, touch the freaking ceiling? I mean, like, in your shift, like, have you gone to these places? Have you lucid dreamed about any of the places like this that I've described with no light? Just darkness. Not darkness as in is black dark, but there's just no sun there. It's just a plain place, like these other places. I saw them. I've seen them, so I know they're real and I know they're out there. And I don't really have, like I said, you guys are the only ones I share it with. I have no other people I can share it with because nobody will understand. And my thing is, get out there, experiment, try, experiment, learn. That is how you learn. And if you're gifted like me, then just know that you're not alone when you suffer with certain things. Even if you become afraid of things, you're not alone, because I was there too. When I first started, I saw a lot of things I didn't understand and a lot of scary things that are out there. But I have learned how to not just trust in myself, but trust that what I see is not something that is meant to harm. It's really meant for me to learn from it and gather information from that experience and learn how to control what I'm able to, see and things like that. And my shifting journey started years ago. Years. And I decided to share it finally after having like 10 years of it. I decided to share it. And by then I was old enough that it didn't matter, because I've been through so much and I've seen so much that, like, all I could do really was learn from it. And maybe there's other people out there, and I feel like helping, because you're not alone in this experience. So if you guys want to reach out to me, you can. My Discord is changed. It's not the old one anymore. I sent you guys in my recent video, like recently. I know that I have a new Discord up, so you guys can come in there and chat with me if you like. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, you know what to do. If you hated it, subscribe to my channel so that, and then hit the notification bell so you're notified when other videos come out like this one, so that we can continue to talk. And thank you guys for subscribing. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.